Hello and welcome to another game of Fury of Dracula. This is my quarterfinals game against Spencer Wolfhard, and we have the Hunters. We're going with our Oktoberfest start as we, I wouldn't say normally do, as we always do. And then while we're waiting for Spencer to choose his starting location, we'll have a little bit of background on Spencer. So Spencer, a good player, finished 11th in the league. Don't hold me to that. I think it was 11th. But doesn't always play in the most. Often plays in an unusual way. Not in a bad way, just not normally conforming to the meta that a lot of Hunter and Dracula players play by in the community. And sometimes this works really, really well. Sometimes it doesn't work at all. And sometimes it works well, like being unpredictable is inherently a good thing in sometimes. He also has a tendency to walk in a circle and do lairs. And I was considering not doing the Oktoberfest start, just because I leave so much of the map open to lairs. Like, if you're playing against someone who you know is going to walk in a circle, then if you do like a Scott sword start, then they can. I'm pointing out all of the possible lair locations. Like, you can walk in a circle against Oktoberfest. You can walk in a circle in Western France or in Spain or in the East. Whereas against Scott Sword start, is walking in a circle in Western France any good? Probably not. So the only real circle walking area is in the East. So then it would be easy to find Dracula if he's committed to walking in a circle. But this is the start that I'm most familiar with, so it's the start we are using. And we'll see if our hired scouts can check. Look for a circle that we reckon our opponent is walking in. Okay, and we're off. Horse, I like a horse. Pistol, that's fine. Is that 4 Drac events? Top 4 cards of the Drac events. Love to see it. Yeah. Okay, and a Heavenly Host on Mina was that? Okay, fine. Famously tickets, right? What else is there to do? Night 1. I need to decide whether anyone wants to trade with Lorgadami, but okay, yeah, take his tickets off. I want to do an analysis as to whether trading the tickets off Lorgadami in round 1 improves how long it takes you to find all the white ones. And I'm sure it's very likely to if Lorgadami has a single white one. or 2 even. But I wonder whether it increases the expected speed even when he doesn't, because Steward fills up on his tickets faster. The clearly it would be better to have Mina trade with Lorca Downing, because in order for ticket efficiency, because Jonathan Harker will have that as an ally, just in case we don't draw a newspaper report. And second horse, that's fine. One person drew it, but that's okay. I like Mystic Research. We'll probably play that not tonight, but tomorrow, so that we can double up on newspaper reports on the first encounter probability. Right, someone's got too many horses, but we'll deal with that later. Like, we're happy to discard a pistol. Why are we playing Miss Nat? Take a ticket. Yes, good. Take a ticket, and then it slides to 2, and then you play it, and then people on 3 can supply. And we reward it for being sensible. Nice. That feels premature. Should take a ticket as well, I guess, but you should have just taken a ticket yourself. This is a mistake. Fine. Okay, do we see a misdirect? We haven't seen any hired scouts yet, so you could still be in Lisbon. Well, Lisbon is Granada. Could still be in France. Could still be in Baltica. And now we have a wolf form. Okay. We do have a misdirect and a wolf form. Wolf form between the first 2 encounters. Well, we'll deal with that later. Okay, that's all the horses. Ditch the Holy Circle. Ditch the bullets. Interesting. Hired scouts. Where to check with hired scouts? Spain, because you know it's Spain. But this wolf form is. Do you really wolf form between the first 2 encounters in Spain? I mean, maybe. Like, this could be maybe 1248. That's a possibility. Like, oh, I'm starting in Spain, but actually I don't want to be in Spain. Time to leave Spain. Okay. It didn't do anything like that. Cadiz and Granada not on the trail. That's fine. I guess we'll supply. Oh, Mina's got renewed vigour. I missed that. Mina has renewed vigor. Dracula knows that we have renewed vigor. Fine. We don't want a garlic reef. Okay, can we find some bad tickets, please? Or some good tickets, depending on how you look at it. That's the second one. Oh, are we trading again? You're trading to take the white 1 ticket off Lord Godalming? This is getting ridiculous. I mean, it kind of makes sense. It's not slowing down the expectation too much. It does a bit. Okay, we can have Mina trade with him. That'd be much better. Let's play Mystic Research so that we can get our newspapers. No track events involved in 6. That supplies. Not going to use them yet. Going to wait till the first encounter slides to position 3. Yeah, now it makes sense to trade. Like, we can give Lord Godalming both of our tickets. Or one of our tickets, that's fine too. So we have a speed telegraph and need vigor, but not spending them yet, obviously. And we continue the supply chain. Give us 2 knives. That's kind of nice. Surprising return. That's fine. No ally in the discard card now because we put Harker into play. Yep, we'll take a stake over a dog. Chartered carriage. Okay, and we've got a yellow 2 ticket, so very happy to spin that to a chartered carriage. Newspaper report, can't hit bullets. That's rifle bullets. Hired scouts. Okay, we've already checked Lisbon and Granada at 12 and 26. So I kind of want to check for circles in the east, and it was not 46 or 56. Now we're not supplying here because we have 2 knives and a horse. And we still need a ticket. Lord Godalming, chief in charge of tickets. We still need that ticket, but we can supply to try and draw a newspaper. Yeah, this is our only stake, so we should probably hang on to that. That's sense of emergency and chartered carriage and sewage. So, if we need to, we can get where is it? To anywhere on the left of the map. Evil presence is blank. Yeah, so it's Cyril of renewed vigor and sense of emergency and chartered carriage. Good grief, that's a mouthful. Can move from Munich to anywhere west that's not 12 or 26. You can sense of emergency to Paris and then move chartered carriage to anywhere in Spain. or to get to France you can sense of emergency to either directly there or it's only 4 moves to Paris, so that's we need to get a sense of emergency in a basic move. So he can certainly we want the knives better distributed so that Lockdown doesn't discard them. Yeah, what I'm learning here, looking back, is we spent too many actions night trading. We should have been taking tickets. Like, we haven't got all of the white ones yet. Obviously no speedy telegraph. Right. No vigor either, obviously. Okay. The rifle was better than the pistol, at least for now. Another evil presence. He has moved since the last evil presence, but I haven't. Well, we can be confident he's not in England. So Van Helsing can start moving. Second surprising return. And we're supplying or moving? So supply can give us a sort of a 3 in 55 chance of a newspaper report on the Wolfram location, which we might struggle with if we don't have a newspaper report for it. And you know, I'd love to know what that location is so that I can reposition some of my hunters. But we also know he's not in England, so Van Helsing can come to Britain and be useful. Second knife. I'm sorry, second knife on Mina. Third knife total. Yes, now we have 2 escapists back. Right, Lord Godalming, find us the white one. You have 1 job. And he scores. Yeah, okay, and make ticket economy worse, but that's okay. Right, the weapons situation in the Heavenly Host situation is a little imbalanced. But increasing Seward's horse economy isn't that good, because he wants to use his chartered carriage probably anyway. And Mina shouldn't be supplying with 2 knives, but we don't need that, I guess. And Mina now has an escape route. Yeah, we've got a lot of events on Seward, and it's unfortunate we can see a Drac event on top, right? Because Seward would ideally draw a Drac event, and Lord Godalming doesn't want to. Okay, but we see another Drac event, and we are keeping. We've already lost 1 stake, so keeping in stake seems reasonable. Obviously, Garlic can go. This is our 2nd stake. Oh, indeed, there wasn't a track event underneath. Yeah. So we could reposition in the knowledge that we have a chartered carriage and a sense of emergency. So moving one space might allow us to direct move to the first encounter, which is going to get revealed by Harker in a moment. But supply might draw us some newspaper reports, which would be better, I think. Yeah, so I'm looking at where can I currently reach with my events. And the answer is basically all of France. And that's about it. Okay, we have a speed telegraph. We already have a surprise in return, and there's no ally in the bin. So I feel that we drop surprise in return. We do also have a speedy telegraph on Van Helsing. And Dracula's in Le Havre. Well, we found him. We have a white one. We have 2 rifles and heavy bullets. Do I want to drop a rifle? Yeah, Mina's got her escape route. Great, thanks Mina. But she hadn't drawn it by the time we moved into the channel, so we didn't have an opportunity to trade for it. I don't want to lose the white one ticket, not when the 3 hunters in Munich all have a horse. I wouldn't want to lose a white one ticket anyway. But having 2 rifles and holy bullets is kind of nice. Yeah, and I'm at this point I'm thinking about next turn and the support that Mina can move this turn. Right, whether it's a 51 or 36. If she can move somewhere that can give support to Van Helsing should Dracula feed. Or if Dracula feeds, then I can play Renewed Vigor and jump on him with like all of my hunters. So that should be fine. Okay, we don't want to go up the white one ticket, so we get up the rifle. Mina, could you go and lend some move your presence closer to Dracula so that you can say move to where he currently is with a fast horse roll? I think would be very sensible. And there's no point special rolling to 51, but you just have a train ticket that can get you out. Rolling slow is really quite bad. Like, rolling slow doesn't get you any closer. I mean, it does. It gets you four carriages away rather than 3. But that's still more than a fast horse move. So yeah, I mean, I'd probably prefer to be in 36 than 51. but horse economy is only 6/8 right now. So I think 51 is better. Right, Van Helsing has a yellow 2. Oh, let's forget 6/8. It's 50%. Yeah. Every single character has a yellow 2. Everyone has been sucked. It's because I drew Mystic Research. I've taken like 2 night supplies, and far too many trades. So my horse economy is not as good as it should be. Okay, Van Helsing, don't die. Shoot him with holy bullets if you can. Maybe he thinks that we haven't got a rifle, because we already discarded one. He certainly plays Mesmerize and Claws a lot of the time, and Rifle is okay into both of those. I don't care if I get bitten. If I get bitten and move from combat, then Dracula didn't escape his bat, and he didn't kill me, which means it's a good outcome. So we have Rifle into Mesmerize. Fine. Maybe he can guess that we have Holy Bullets because he wants to play Rifle, but I think Rifle was reasonable anyway, even without the Holy Bullets. Okay, and we've been mesmerised, but he doesn't. He probably hasn't got a second mesmerised to cancel our escape now. Great. We take 4 damage, leave combat. That is absolutely fine. Good result, Van Helsing. You did no damage, you took 4, and you left. Okay. Can we please improve our ticket economy? Yeah, looking at you, Lord Godalming. You don't have an excuse of having a chartered carriage. You can improve our ticket economy. You have a literal 50% chance, or just under, I suppose. You have a 44% chance of increasing our ticket economy. Okay, now I want Seward to have knife. I don't want to have any hosts on the same person. And yes, I think this makes sense. You could give me for white 1 off Lord Godalming. We choose not to. Yeah, 1 hit points needed a heal. I didn't need to trade. I didn't need to trade for the escape route because if Dracula feeds in place, I get a big fight. Jonathan Harker reveals Florence. Now Florence is strange. It's specifically 2 moves away from Munich, which means a fast horse from Munich gets me to Florence. He's then wolf formed and moved 3 spaces to Le Havre and has not gone through Strasbourg. It seems, I mean, I didn't actually know when we had our evil presences, but I think it might have been encounter 3 and 4, not the wolf form. When I actually played the game, I had it written down, so I'd have known. But either way, is he really wolf forming from Florence to Milan? Oh, he literally can't jump because Milan can't get to Le Havre in 3 moves without Strasbourg. Yeah, okay, so it was a wolf form to Marseille. And then from Marseille, 2 moves and then Le Havre. So either 24 or 15, and then either 42 or 39. And he's currently just moved 1 space from Le Havre. And I refuse to believe this is fog. He's currently standing somewhere not on fog. Because who would walk up to Van Helsing, slap him across the face, only to move 1 space and be so terrified that you play fog? I think that would be fairly insane behaviour. So I'm thinking I can play Renewed Vigour. Everyone but Lord Godalming can make it to 39. Providing they can roll fast on their horses, which isn't a guarantee, but they can hope. I can flood the deck with I can flood the deck with large tickets to hopefully increase my horse odds. So yeah, everyone can get to 39 apart from Lord Godalming. Lord Godalming doesn't even need to be in the fight. He can just go and deal with 20. And if he's not in 39, it's even easier to get to. $39 we can deal with. We can get Muniz at 39. And then Seward can get there. And then Van Helsing can get there. Okay. Like to get to 39, Seward could charter carriage in some emergency, or just move by train and then roll horses fast. But first we need to know where Dracula is. So we put Mina in charge of that. We go to Paris. He's never been to Paris, which means that he went 36, 15, 39. 29 and is now in 9. Yes. There we are. As carefully as carefully pointed out by past RToWin. Yes, he went 20, 36, 15, 39, 29, 9, where he is currently sitting. Everyone can get to 9. Seward can go there directly with charter carriage, puts a white 1 back in puts the yellow 2 back in the deck, so people's horses are slightly more likely to hit, and then he's got a spare action for either supplying or searching. Like we could have move by rail and then move by rail to 51 and then horsed. Yep. Let's stab it if it is a vampire. Could be a vampire. It's wolves. That's fine. Seward can take 2 damage. No one else will take anything. Good. Van Helsing, you're coming to this fight. Meaning you're coming to this fight. That's a no-brainer. Van Helsing still has 1 action left. So he's got choices here. He could trade, but everyone already had everyone who's there currently has 1 anti-bat item. So I don't really see how. I've only got so much stuff here. I can trade and therefore hide the stake that Seward has, so that Dracula doesn't know. Like even if I just take the stake off Seward, then Dracula doesn't know who's got 2 genuine. Well, who's got. But currently, between Van Helsing and Seward, they have 6 items, of which Dracula knows 2 of them are non-combat items. So that's 4 combat items remaining. Okay. All of this talk, Lord Godalming has decided that he wants to join this fight. He could have gone and dealt with Florence, but he chose not to. Part of my reasoning is for the decision is yeah, it might be a short game. Depends how this combat goes. Is that who would really put hopes in Florence? Yeah, if there's a vampire, if there's bodyguards, if there's Desecrating Soil in Florence, that's fine. I'm happy with Lord Godalming being in this fight. And letting a vampire or anything else unimportant mature. He can have his wolf form back if a vampire matures. If I haven't got to deal with 3 encounters, not a problem. I decide I don't need to heal because, like, can Dracula really kill Van Helsing before he dies? Probably not. Okay, now this is a tricky one. So it's week 1 still, which is the main argument for why I shouldn't have done this. Like, well, I shouldn't have committed to this fight. Well, I think playing Heavenly Hosts, playing Renewed Vigor is fine. Like, it's just 1 Renewed Vigor. Like, there's another one in the deck somewhere. Right, so do I play my anti-bat items round 1 or round 2? The advantage of doing it round 1 is that even against Escaper's Mist, I'm getting like 11 damage in. Okay, he plays Fangs into Heavenly Host. Okay. Yeah, we can show good luck, that's fine. Show a horse. Heavenly Host is gone. We have 4 damage here, so that was net 3 after he healed 1. 5 damage here. Yep, definitely play our Holy Bullets, we'll get another chance later. And 3 damage here. Dracula is on 3 hit points, but we've spent our Escaper's Bat items. Yeah, I don't think he'd actually escape as missed against Van Helsing, but might as well try, right? And he does escape as bat. Okay. So, could we have done things slightly differently? We could have had Van Helsing punch instead. Like, given we chose Seward to play Heavenly Host, we could have had Van Helsing punch round 1. And then we would still, if Lord Godalming gets fanged, we'd still be covering escape as bat. Which would probably have been better. Obviously it's worse against escape as missed round 2. But this result is still, I'm still happy with this, right? Lord Godalming got bitten. Good job. But Dracula's on 3 hit points. He's escaped his bat to Germany, France, or Zurich. We need items again, because we just like blew up 3 disposable items behind the veil. He hasn't currently got fog. He hasn't got fog. Is this because he hasn't drawn a fog yet? Or he's played a fog already? And what do we want to not have to deal with? I mean, the obvious answer is let's not deal with a reckless vampire. Like, but we do have stakes. Like, currently we have 2 stakes. And we're pretty much through the deck, so we can just get more stakes. So I don't hate the decision. Okay, we're on 7 hit points. We're down an item. We have a Garlic Reef and an Escape Route. Glory. We're a bit low on hit points, and Seward wants to move next turn, so let's get some advantage of yeah, indefinite Psychic Bond. He's not in France. So he's in... Oh, I missed one last. He's in 2460, or Germany. Jonathan Harker is revealing Marseille. And he's been showed a hoax. There was a hoax in Florence. Of course, why wasn't there a hoax in Florence? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Choice of 9. That's quite a lot. And he's made me supply 8 extra times to get through the deck, and I haven't yet found CG. And he has what's presumably quite a good Drac event. He's on 3 hit points though. Yeah, I'm not sure what speed the Telegraph would achieve for us. Someone needs to go and deal with Marseille, presumably. It's also kind of a nice space to go and occupy. Like it stops the speedy double back into France after the Psychic Scout. And also, given Drax on 3 hit points, I kind of want to apply pressure. Like, if I get a combat with Dracula, I can probably, well, maybe not probably, even a 1v1 combat when he's on 3 hit points, I have decent odds of killing him. Maybe not good odds, but decent odds. And I guessed the escape is back correction correctly. So now he's in Milan, right? Like, he wouldn't escape us back to 60 and then move to 41. He might have moved to Munich. But I reckon he's in Milan. So I'm going to send a 5 health steward to go and fight with him in Milan. This is very dumb. Not sure who thought this plan up. Can't you do something sensible like supply or heal? But he's in Milan. I appreciate he's in Milan. You've correctly guessed where he is. But, you know, we're playing knife into mesmerized strength or plotting. We're playing knife or dodge into mesmerized strength or plotting. And if we succeed, then we win. But like it's rock paper scissors where you've got to like win twice in a row. Okay, now surely someone's going to deal with Marseille. We've already given him a hoax. I mean, what is there bad after he did? After he's already had one hoax, the second hoax doesn't do anything for him. But maybe let's deal with betrayal like we're supposed to. I also don't want him to let Marseille and walk onto it, because that would be it's probably fine if that happens. I mean, it might be fine. And we move Mina closer so that she can psychic scan. We could have moved her to Marseille as well. That way we can know if Dracula escapes us back west. But I don't know, putting a psychic scan in France seems pretty decent. You might as well use the garlic leaf. Prevents fangs. Round 1, so I could punch now. I mean, punch into claws is still pretty bad. But knife or dodge into claws is fine. Okay, dodge. We hope he doesn't play plotting. He played strength. Good. We won the first of our rock, paper, scissors. Now, does he have a second strength? Does he have mesmerize? Does he have claws? If he has claws, I need to knife. If he has mesmerize, I need to punch. And if he has second strength, well, there's not much I can do. But if he has second strength, then I guess I need to actually escape. But hopefully he hasn't got second strength. Yes, the knife. If you can play the knife and it resolves, we win. Maybe he only had one cancel card. Maybe he only had one of Mesmerize or Strength. He has Mesmerize. Okay. Now he can play Fangs, and he can also play Claws, and he can also play Escapist Bat. That's quite bad. It is a shame that like Mia didn't have like a. Okay, I wouldn't have mind getting bitten and removed from combat. That means he couldn't escape his bat. Okay. He can escape his bat. He can also play Strength to break my knife and then escape his bat. Or he can play Strength and then Claws. Okay, I'm not concerned about Claws into escape. I can go down to 1 HP. You can't stand here, presumably. Not while on 3 HP. Nice. Okay, we're still alive. Dracula didn't heal. Dracula didn't escape his bat. Didn't break our knife. Well, we didn't manage to win our concurrent rounds of rock, paper, scissors in order to kill Dracula. But we did okay. Very silly to engage in that game. Heal or ticket? Heal's fine. Search this before it matures. Aristocratic. Do we need to become delayed to deal with this? I kind of think that Marseille maturing and clearing the trail for me so that I haven't got to bother is convenient. Like, then Dracula has got no distractions. There's no distractions for me from trying to kill Dracula if a trail is cleared. Let's split the knives up. Sure. And let's give the person who's not spending a bunch of time psychic scanning the responsibility of improving that ticket. Okay, but I didn't want to give Dracula 4 points when he already has a Dracula event, presumably a good one. Unearthly Swiftness. Okay. You can take 2 turns. This is good. We are getting it out of the way with now. Okay, Dracula feeds with his first Unearthly Swiftness. Feeds to 6. And then Clermont matures. And he heals to 9. Okay. This kind of makes you feel that, okay, maybe playing that renewed vigor wasn't worth it. Dracula has taken 6 damage net total. And the first one of those was from wolf forming himself, so really he's taken 5 net. But the trail is mostly clear because we let it all mature. Dracula is on, now taken another damage. He's taken in total 7. And Feed is on the trail. It's not too bad. Marseille is there. That's fine. Yep, he could have all formed to the east. He could have all formed down into Spain, but down into Italy, but that's not very good. Like the long-term prospects of all forming into Florence seem poor, because he can't feed before he has to go into the sea again. It's like he'll go into the sea down to 6, and then presumably he'll want to all form ashore. Might not. But still, that's down to 6 when he goes into the east. Okay, no speed telegraph, no need for that. I want Mina to psychic scan France, because I think France is very, very viable. But I'm also concerned that he's just gone to 59. Or 58. And Norcadamin still has these bullets that he can't fire. I don't want to just stand still and supply, because I've already had 2 hired scouts and an ally. Like, there's only 2 hired scouts and an ally left, and the deck just got reshuffled with the Drac events, so it's only like 50% out of events now. I kind of feel that we probably have just about enough resources to kill Dracula with, like, events-wise. I appreciate we currently have basically nothing, but Drac's only on 8 HP, and he has to survive quite a while. And Feed being on the trail. Like, doing 5 damage to Dracula at this point is basically lethal, even if a hunter dies. Yep. Nuremberg, Strasbourg, Vienna, Szeged, Florence, 15. What's 15? Toulouse? Clermont-Ferrand. It can also be in Toulouse. Or that's about it. I guess 24 and 24, 25 and 57. But really, is he in 24, 25, 57? That feels like the long-term prospects are poor. The horse economy is also dire, so if we rolled horses, we're likely to only get a yellow one. Okay, now I'm concerned that Dracula has moved east, and if I don't move after him, I won't be able to apply sufficient pressure to him. And I do also want to supply and replace these bullets with an item I can actually use. Okay, he hadn't gone to 58. I have another stake. 2 stakes from Seward. And you need to psychic scan France. is a lair, but hopefully it's not a spy. If it is a spy, we'll have to lose our knight. We've also seen 0 fighter vamps so far. There's the first fighter vamp. Sure, we can play escape route here. Deny Dracula a point, and because it's like if it was it's not on the trail, and it's likely to never be on the trail. So I think denying the combat is okay. Can't improve economy. Yeah, let's stab this with a stake. It's soil. Maybe we should be able to predict that. No, I thought it would be the aristocratic, which is why I didn't get ambushed. Because like, I had behind the veil, right, and it revealed him aristocratic. I think. Okay, so we gave Dracula like bonus and counter draws. That's fine. Finally, moving hypnosis about, and psychic. He is in France. So 51, 15, or 54. He's layering the location up. I didn't even discuss. Yeah, I couldn't bother to go and deal with it. So it matured. It was what, 39? I mean, it was 39. Seemed like effort. Probably wasn't important. He was previously in 54, and he has just moved to. He was previously in 51. Toulouse or Clermont-Ferrand, and now Lord Godalming's move looks silly, but I don't think it was silly at the time. Like I said, one hunter left and one hunter right, and one hunter stood still, and the hunter that went left found him, so the hunter that went right needs to move back left. Okay, he didn't go to Strasbourg, so he was either in 54 or 15. Nantes is the lair. Fine. And we need some more items. We also want a psychic scan this turn. Fine, Seward has 2 stakes, so he can be in charge of staking the 4 fighter vamps that we're about to see. When I phrase it that way, it does seem a little difficult for him to use his 2 stakes on the 4 fighter vamps. But it's Seward, I'm sure he'll manage. Do we need to rest or reserve a ticket? We don't have a horse. So it might be nice if we were like able to move. We don't need to. I mean, it would be nice to give Mina the long night and the hypnosis, the long night to cover whatever she draws. Okay, we have good horse economy that can also move us, and we psychic bond again, still in Gallia. So he was in 15 or 54, and he's in. I suppose he could have hidden, but I doubt he would have done. He's then in 42 or 8, or 15 or 54, I guess. That's the lair, but he just... Okay, so he went something like 15 or 54, and then 8 or 15, and then 39. Okay, now Le Havre is also a lair. Lord Godalming move to the left. Seward go to Le Havre and stand on top of that. Because I don't really want Dracula to move to Le Havre. That feels suboptimal. Okay, and there's 3 encounters in Nantes, which could be 3 battles. Seward rolls slow. Well, move towards Dracula then. Mina or Van Helsing, how do you guys feel about going to Le Havre? Van Helsing, you look invincible. You have an escape route and a holy circle. Yeah. Can you go and block Le Havre, please? Hopefully Dracula tries to kill you, like with fog, and he moves onto your space, and like maybe he turns down the day fight, or we play Crucifix in the day fight. That's fine. Then we get ambushed by fog. Fine, because it was a lair location, and I might not search it until you move to it. I suppose he can't really move to it in case Lord Godalming or Seward has forewarned, because he won't be able to survive the 2v1. Mina, nothing to do but to supply. Aggie, well, I'll have Aggie. Do you like Aggie? Absolute monster of a card. Okay. Do either of you have a gun? Can we get... Okay, we'll heal Lord Godalming first, fine. No, we have holy bullets, but no gun. That's fine. We probably put all of the guns in the bin or something. Delayed, nothing to do. Fine. Mina has also drawn the... Mina's managed to draw the Heavenly Host, but lets her deal with Milan. And I am much more of a fan of Dracula being on 8 health than 11. Especially if he hides in place and doesn't get an encounter. That is so fine with me. He could have just moved to 29 if he wanted to. But I just spent resources to prevent the fight, especially the night fight, and he could have prevented the day fight. Maybe he... Yeah, okay, let's try and get rid of these bullets, the ones that don't work with our lack of gun. Don't need dogs. Yeah. Good. Great strength. Nice. Yep, don't need garlic. I know I'm weak, but I'm expecting there to be 4 fighter vamps in the near future. Like, we're nearly done with the deck. Planned ambush. That's better than Long Night. Yeah, could you go and deal with Milan? Like, 8 health is much better than 11. Yes, we give him encounter economy, but oh well. Don't need supplies in return. Good. Yeah, and I mean, I could have tried to jump Dracula in 39. I just don't think it would have been a good idea. We trade, but there's nothing to trade. Like, I'd rather Stewart had all the stakes, I guess. Stewart tries to improve horse economy. We need to ticket, we need to heal. We also want to trade, so we can supply. Lots of things Van Helsing to do. You don't want to pass the escape route off as well to hide hypnosis. Fine. Seems like a questionable decision to reveal that we have hypnosis. I mean, I'd rather reveal like hypnosis than like if we randomly draw RV or CG or something to have to reveal that. But I feel like we probably could have put the escape route on Mina. Maybe we save the escape route in case we need to rescue Lord Godalming or Seward when we try and clear this trail imminently. And Dracula goes to C. Wonderful. Dracula hid last turn and achieved nothing. And now left by C. He'd have been better off just leaving last turn. Maybe he was hoping I would try and attack him and fail, and then he could leave to the mainland. And now we clear up some trail. And it's bats. I must say, looking back on it, I think I could see that one coming. And let's move. This makes sense. Move Seward to 39, and then we can become delayed to deal with a new vampire. Because there is a new vampire here, right? Probably. No ambush. Interesting. Do we give escape route to Lord Godalming? Yes. Please don't die. We take great strength off in case he does happen to die. Could give planned ambush as well, or we could hold on to that. You need to move to somewhere relevant. Well. So 36 is a reckless vampire. I'd rather not give Dracula a point. I kind of want to go to 54 next turn to clear that and hope that it's not a vampire. Maybe we could even pick up the planned ambush in case it is a reckless vampire. Okay, fine. We have a knife. It's Mina, she nearly always has a knife. Don't need surprising return. Okay, Lord Godalming. You move into 39? Yes, you are. I mean, in a way, Lord Godalming has been highly efficient. He's, in one turn, moved to 8, cleared it, and moved to 39. He is also about to be ambushed by presumably multiple vampires. Yeah, let's not have a reckless ambush. And let's expect... There is a new vampire here. Yes, we will become delayed. Because we haven't actually got enough stakes to kill everything. So killing this in combat would be kind of nice. I don't know what to play here, like a punch, pistol, knife. I don't know. Like, I mean, I've done 1v1, like, you know, I'm still, you know, inexperienced as a player, right? I've done plenty of 1v1 combats, right? Hundreds. But how many 2v1 combats have I actually done? Okay, punch into mesmerize. Good. Oh, I look good at this, don't I? Punch into mesmerise, a pistol into nothing. 3 damage. Okay, we could clean up with double knife. Or we could anticipate strength. And want to keep one of our knives. We are still on full health. Does Dracula know any of our knives? Or is some of them still hidden? Lord Godalming, no, Lord Godalming has traded with Mina to pick up the knife after our big fight with Dracula. Okay, we punched with not enough people. Still couldn't punch, in fairness to him, because he punched last round. Okay, well, it would have been better to clean up with knife, but now rifle knife, so pistol knife cleans up, guarantees the kill before he can escape. He might break our knife. He doesn't break our knife, that's good. That's okay. It doesn't even break our pistol. Yeah, I guess Dracula didn't have any strengths. Yeah, combat is easier when Dracula doesn't have any strengths and you plan to chop him to pieces with weapons. Okay. And no more ambushes. So there is a reckless and there is the fog. Okay, we don't want to be supplying next turn when we have 3 events, and we want Mina to have planned ambush in case she gets to 54 and there is a vampire there. Now I kind of want Mina to deal with 54 and to leave Seward where he is to deal with nonce. But Dracula lands, and that's not Bordeaux. So that's 23. I don't have CG. I don't have excellent weather. Fine. Lord Godalming is delayed. Dracula has played Fog in 29. Has not yet reshuffled. It's okay. Dracula has now seen his entire encounter deck, so we can expect 5 vampires. And we have seen, of these 5 vampires, 3 of them. 2 in 39 and 1 in 36. That's good. We have 2 stakes. There's only 2 vampires left until we start getting into the reshuffle vampires. We got no speed telegraph, and I think we're going to make I'm scared about Mina rolling slow on her horses because my horse economy is still not great, and she might roll slow when trying to reach 54, and I don't want that to mature. I am missing a lot of my hunter power, because I let the hoax mature, and I haven't supplied as much because I let the hoax mature, and I've chased Dracula because he's been on low hit points. So my hunters aren't as powerful as they should be by this stage of the game. But Dracula is also weak. I also know where Dracula is. he's going to have to either dark cool or go to England. No. Yes. Wait, hold on. He can move to 18. So the Wolf form clears. He goes to 18. Bordeaux clears. He feeds. Nonce clears. He can't hide. So he then has to dark cool. So hide is still on the trail and he can't. Yeah. So in order for him to stay long enough in Ireland, then right, past me is doing the vampire counting. Past me has realised that we've seen 3 vampires. Not sure what that is. Presumably, if it was a vampire, it would have been ambushed. We've seen 1 vampire in the 36. This is a vampire. And I would like to clear it. And I also don't know if it's 15 or 54. I think it's 54. And it is. Which is good, so it can deal with this. Van Helsing, what do you want to do? I have no idea. We're not going to Nonce. That's not our problem. We could go to Britannica. Like, Dracula even needs to dark cool in Ireland, going down to like 4 hit points. He does feed up to 7. But then he's going to have to go into the sea again, down to 5. Or he's going to go to Britain. Going to Britain seems good. I appreciate we're probably going to go to England, and then Dracula isn't going to come to England because we're in England. But then we've prevented Dracula from going to England. Mina, could you please roll fast on your horses? Like, just go somewhere useful. I mean, you don't have to. Either this turn or next turn, if you could roll fast. Yeah, there's no more layers in front of us. Okay, fine. Roll fast next turn. It's not. This isn't unreasonable. Like, my horse economy is bad. And my horses are rolling slow. This is fair. It's not like my horse economy is 7/8 and I keep rolling slow. Yep, search this with a stake. And that's a vampire. Vampire is dead. Good. We don't give Dracula his hide back, so that he can hide in Ireland, and therefore not have to dark cool. Okay, he has moved to 18. That's fine. No need for speedy telegraph. Right, Lord Godalming. If you could... Okay, there's 1 vampire left. That's the counting that we just saw. Aggie is in play, which is nice. It means that we can 1v1 Dracula and he can't heal. I mean, Lord Godalming could die in a 1v1 if he gets mesmerised and then bitten, but hopefully he can avoid that. And I do want to push Dracula out of Ireland before he dark cools. That would be ideal. want to go to nonce. Good. And it's fog. That's good. We got logger damming out of the way before fog. And we still have time to search. Like one fog's going to come off at the end of day now, and then at the end of day tomorrow the second fog is going to come off, so at night we can use our stake and kill the vampire. If we didn't have a stake and couldn't supply a stake tomorrow, then this would be a problem. But as it is, it's fine. As it is, it's better that he did ambush us than we searched. Okay, we made it to a port. We could have gone to Amsterdam rather than Le Havre. Might have been more efficient, but being near Seward to be able to psychic scan France seems potentially valuable as well if Dracula does dark cool to then come out via the North Atlantic. Okay, Bordeaux has been led. Dracula is about to feed in 18. I want to get my... Okay, I don't need speed telegraph. Don't know what I'm thinking. Don't need surprise and return. I already know where Dracula is, and he can't currently hide. I want to get Lord Godalming onto land before he moves onto Dracula, so that I can trade from the planned ambush at night rather than during day. Punch, dodge, escape, knife, pistol. What do you reckon? We could escape, we could dodge. Really, I just want to get to Dracula with my hit points. Okay, I want to get to Dracula with my hit points, he says, and then proceeds to dodge, i.e. prolonging the combat. Perfect. Dodge into mesmerize. That's fine, not many of my cards did anything anyway. Try a knife into, hopefully, fangs. Like, he doesn't kill him, so he might very well play fangs, and he does play fangs. Deny a point, deal 2 damage to the vampire. He should know that we don't have second knife, because Seward showed knife and Mina showed knife. Yes, we haven't traded since, so we don't have second knife, so we can't kill him with our next attack, presumably. Nice. We do 2 damage and we receive 0. That's a good result. Stuck in fog, might as well supply. We draw another stake. Wonderful. We don't need... Oh, now we've got a stake for Galway as well. Perfect. Yeah. A rifle is better than those non-weapons at this stage in the game. Don't need suffice in return. Mesmerize for a heal. Stab the vampire. Vampire has been stabbed. Planned ambush to Lord Damon, please. Oh, Mina's got the planned ambush. Oh fuck, I forgot to get that's Mina. Well, we can take it off Mina. And obviously we want to not go above 2 events so that we can supply. Mina has nothing to do, that's okay. Okay, so I'm now ecstatic if Dracula moves into the sea, because it means that he has to come to Britain. I can dance around in England and hopefully kill him. Instead, we might see a dark call to threaten going Irish Sea, North Atlantic. We do see a dark call, it takes him down to 7 hit points. And he also isn't standing on fog. It's dark cool, fine. He might now have a fog. So we will want to flip his location before he can hide there. Well, he won't hide anyway, will he? Well, he might. We have Aggie in play. That's okay. We're going to need this surprise in return later if he comes out of the North Atlantic. That's a spy. Okay, well, I've arrived here to stab you with my weapons and shoot you with my pistol. So I'm going to hold on to those. Yeah. I don't need horse economy, right? Like, what my hunters need to move by horse? And if anyone's going to recover their horse economy, it's Lockadami. Galway kind of needs dealing with, if not now, at some point. And I've got to be aware of misdirect Galway. He returns to Galway. Hyde clears, he misdirects Galway. And then he can go back to the North Atlantic. So I want to be able to jump on him in Galway if I need to. At least test if he has fog, or make him use fog if he hasn't got fog. Right. Lockadami, have the planned ambush. Day trade, fine. Someone is in charge of drawing me some decent events that will hopefully do something. Like I say that I've spent all of my good events, right? Well, not all of them, but like I've drawn plenty of good resources from the event deck. I have spent most of them. We have planned ambush in place, so we dodge at the start. We'll change what we're doing after we see what he does. Okay, he's on 7 hit points. Aggie is in play. If we can get him down to... Okay. Yes, we would like a different combat card, and we'd like to punch the one card that I have that does something into Mesmerize. If we get him down to 2 HP, then he can't leave by sea. Which means he can't leave island, which means I win. I'm anticipating that he might play strength or a different cancel card. If he doesn't play a cancel card, I'm happy with doing 2 damage. If he does play a cancel card, then I'd rather Mesmerize or strength point into pistol than knife. Okay, We've seen one strength, we've seen one mesmerise. Hopefully he's all out of cancels. Notably punch is slightly better than it is otherwise, because Aggie is in play. He can't heal by playing fangs into punch. And we have a lot of hit points, so we can afford, we can play punch into claws. We also can't die because we have great strength. I mean, we can die, right? Like claws, strength is for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 damage, which would kill us. We want to get Dracula down to 4 HP, would be ideal. So to deal 4 more damage, down to 2 HP would be ideal. And then we can die, I don't care. Getting him 3 more damage is also pretty good. Oh wait, yes, he broke a knife, but not mesmerise. We want to do 3 more damage. If knife resolves, we'll be very happy. Like 3 damage prevents him from moving to C and then wolf forming. So he'd be walking like probably just directly onto a hunter. Okay, I would have rather played knife there, because getting Dracula down to 3 health is borderline GG. Hopefully he hasn't got a cancel now. Hopefully he hasn't got strength or mesmerise. He's got mesmerise back. Fine. Presumably I dodge because I don't want to get fangs. And he might conceivably have fangs, like he hasn't played fangs this game, this combat. And he probably hasn't got plotting. He gets that plotting. Fine. He now has his choice of card. Fine, so now he's got fangs or strength. I don't die if he plays fangs into escape. If he plays fangs into escape, this is fine. Like, I play great strength, I don't die, even though I am bitten. I still have all of my hit points. Playing escape into fang is acceptable. Playing knife into strength is quite bad. I don't know why I'd play punch. It seems worse than both escape or knife into. Oh, right. Punch is exactly the same as escape because he has plotting resolved. So either we have play knife, hope that he plays not strength. He played strength, okay, so we couldn't hurt him. He didn't bite us and force us to play great strength. Okay, that combat could have gone better. Dracula can now leave by C onto 3 hit points. North Atlantic 2 hit points. And then he can wolf form from the North Atlantic on that'd be his Friday move onto 1 HP. That does seem pretty bad. But I haven't got CG. Might be a little awkward. Okay. So he's got either move into the sea. I mean, after he moves into the sea, he's got potential try and escape Britain and try and hang out in Britain long enough. Okay, he chooses to hide. Okay, surely this is fine. Lord Downing can just do 3 damage in this combat. I can't be removed from combat by Mesmerize or Fangs. Like, I can't be mesmerized and then bitten. I don't see how this isn't winning for me. I got 9 hit points, 11 of great strength. I have a knife. I need to do 3 damage. And then I win. 2 damage is probably good enough. Because that prevents moving to the sea in wolf form. So I need knife to resolve once, or 2 punches to resolve. It's not quite guaranteed. There's no, like, we can't do like punch knife, punch knife, punch knife. Like, and no, that always works. Like, because he could mesmerize and strength the 3 knives, and then strength one of the punches. And I still get 2 damaging. Which is why I said it is. Doesn't punch knife, punch knife, punch knife work? Like, I think 3 damage is good enough. So I think 2 damage is good enough. And punch knife, punch knife, punch knife guarantees that at least 2 fangs resolve. I need to check I don't die before then. But if I'm getting mesmerized twice, then that's 2 rounds and I'm not taking damage. So you can only hit me 4 times. I started on 8 health, and I have great strength. So that's good enough. Why are we thinking of dodging? We should play knife. We get to guarantee we do 2 damage if we play knife. Dracula has to parry this knife, or he loses. You should play the knife, even though he's going to parry it. Make him spend his strength or mesmerize. Okay, that's the plotting. That's enough damage. Even if we die now, then even if we die, Dracula has taken enough damage that he can't go to the sea. He won't be able to. He can't heal in the rest of combat because of Aggie, and he will take the damage when he walks into the sea. At this point, feed is definitely on the trail. He can misdirect once, so that doesn't get him feed back. We can just leave. Sure, Mesmerize blocked to escape. Punch would be better, I suppose. I don't know. Everything's winning. I can't possibly die. Well, I can't possibly lose. I could die, I suppose. Consumption leading to strength. Yup. Okay, and then escape. We still haven't eaten. We should be escaping here to save great strength. Like we can escape and force the plotting out and then dodge round 6. But we had correctly calculated that we couldn't possibly die, so I guess it didn't matter. Yeah, this will shorten the game a little bit when we don't die. Yeah, and there was no point, like Dracula still hasn't scored any influence, so there was no point in trying to escape here in order to find a vampire lair, in order to play the vampire lair and let Dracula suicide by sea. Because Drac's still on 0 influence. That's it, that's the game. I think Drac would have had slightly better chances if he hadn't have hidden in place on either of the 2 times he did so. The first time, like I get that he was he was maybe hoping that I'd make a mistake and jump on him when he was on 2 vampires and I was undersupplied. But I don't need to when Dracula's future prospects are bleak. And then the second time, maybe the prospect of moving to the North Atlantic and wolf forming onto 1 HP was suitably unappealing. Yeah, and talking about round 1 combat, I wanted to get, because I very likely couldn't kill Dracula, because I couldn't prevent escape as back round 2, so I couldn't prevent escape round 2. I wanted to make sure I got value out of, like, I wanted to make sure I got value no matter what in round 1 of combat, even if he escapes as missed round 2. Hence the decision to play a bunch of Heavenly Hosts round 1. Anyway, well played. I'll catch you guys in the next one.